मेरा नाम अतुल सुभाष है। मैं तकरीबन 34 साल का हूँ। बेंगलोर में रहता हूँ। आज मैं सुसाइड कमिट करने जा रहा हूँ। आज मैं आपको बताऊंगा इस वीडियो में कि हम मेरे बूढ़े माता पिता और मेरे भाई पर कितने केसेस डाले गए हैं।
अपने ऊपर सब लेके अपना मेरा बच्चा सब बर्दाश्त किया, हम लोग को भी नहीं सहने दिया।
मैं तक बात किया है दिन पहले तक कुछ नहीं बताया।
This is a travesty of justice. It is a gross misuse of law.
I have seen how 498A has been misused.
Atul Subhash, a 34-year-old AI specialist executive at an automobile company, was found hanging in his apartment in Bengaluru in the early hours of Monday. His tragic death sent shockwaves across the nation and sparked widespread outrage on social media.
Principal Family Court Judge Jaunpur Nita Kaushik.
Subhash left behind a 24-page suicide note and almost an 80-minute video titled "This ATM is permanently closed. A legal genocide is happening in India," both pointing to alleged harassment by his wife, her family, and alleged systematic bias in India's legal system. Before his death, he planned his final actions, including notifying an NGO and detailing his ordeal. Despite the NGO's swift response in alerting the police, help arrived too late. Subhash's death has reignited discussions about the legal and societal challenges faced by men in marital disputes, with hashtags like #MenToo and Justice for Atul Subhash trending online. Subhash's suicide note was a heart-wrenching letter addressed to his son. In it, he expressed his love and concern for his child, fearing that he would remain alienated due to his wife's actions. He claimed his wife was using maintenance money not for the child's welfare but to fuel legal battles against him and his family. He shared his anguish over being accused in multiple cases, including false allegations of murder, dowry harassment, and unnatural sex. Despite the withdrawal of some charges, Subhash felt trapped in a cycle of legal exploitation. He also criticized the Indian justice system for its alleged bias, which he believed was funding his enemies to destroy him. The note contained a plea for justice for his parents, whom he wanted to be granted custody of his son. He urged authorities to use his suicide note and videos as evidence and demanded live hearings for all his ongoing cases. Subhash's ordeal began with a series of legal cases filed by his wife. He stated in his suicide note that his wife had filed 9 cases against him, including charges of domestic violence, dowry harassment, and even murder, some of which were later withdrawn or proven false. The note accused a family court judge in Jaunpur, Uttar Pradesh, of corruption and complicity in his harassment. Subhash alleged that the judge demanded a bribe of Rs 5 lakh to resolve the cases and ignored his claims about the falsity of the charges. His wife reportedly laughed when Subhash brought up the devastating impact of these cases on his life, and the judge dismissed his pleas with indifference. According to Subhash, his wife and her family demands escalated from Rs 1 crore to Rs 3 crore for a settlement. These financial pressures and relentless legal battles pushed him to the drastic step.
6 महीना पहले वो आए थे और हमारे बिस्तरे पे भी आए थे। मैंने देखा था उनको और ऐसा कुछ लग नहीं रहा था कि कोई बहुत ज़्यादा सुसाइड कर लेने वाली चीज़ हम लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रही थी।
Subhash's ex-wife Nikita Singhania, along with her mother Nisha Singhania, have become a central figure in the social media outrage that followed his death. Netizens accused Nikita of exploiting legal provisions meant to protect women, calling her actions a blatant misuse of the law. The hashtag #MenToo and Justice for Atul Subhash gained momentum as users highlighted systemic biases against men in family disputes. Many called for stricter penalties against those who misuse laws like Domestic Violence Act and Section 498A of the IPC. Accusations against Nikita also led to demands for her employer, Accenture, to take action against her. A case has been filed by the Marathalli police against Nikita and 3 other members of her family under Section 108 of the BNS, which deals with aiding and the abatement of suicide. One viral post on X summed up the public sentiment: "It's a crime to be a man in India."
Atul Subhash on the 9th of early morning committed a suicide. Regarding this issue, his brother has given a complaint in Marathalli police station, stating that there are multiple cases running on him in Uttar Pradesh. The family members of his wife and their relatives demanded money for settling these issues. So they harassed him. For that reason, he has committed suicide. He has given a statement. Based on that, we have registered an abatement for suicide under 108 of BNS in Marathalli PS. Investigation is ongoing.
Subhash's family and legal representatives have spoken out, seeking justice for the late techie. His father, Pawan Kumar, revealed that Subhash had made nearly 40 trips from Bengaluru to Jaunpur to attend court hearings, enduring immense mental and financial strain.
हमसे 10 बजे तक बात किया, एक दिन पहले तक कुछ नहीं बताया।
कुछ नहीं बोल पाया
उसके साथ जो हुआ है ना, कानून व्यवस्था, ये अपने लोग की व्यवस्था इतनी कैसा उसको भीतर से तोड़ दिया है।
मेरी बस डिमांड ये है कि मेरे भाई को जस्टिस मिलना चाहिए। मुझे और कोई सिस्टम से ये अपेक्षा है कि मेन के लिए भी कोई कानून आए। जो मेरे भाई के साथ हुआ वैसे बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ इस देश में हो रहा है, उस चीज़ को गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया समझे। एक मेन की लाइफ भी एक उतनी इम्पोर्टेंट है जितनी एक फीमेल की लाइफ है। मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि ऐसा ना हो जाए आगे आने वाले सिस्टम में कि लोग मेन को ऐसा डर लगने लगे कि मैं शादी कर रहा हूँ तो सही कर रहा हूँ या नहीं कर रहा हूँ। उसको ये डर ना मिले कि क्या मैं ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मैं सिर्फ ATM मशीन बन के रह जाऊंगा, सिर्फ और सिर्फ जो है वो पैसा ही देना है।
Despite this, he never let his family see the depth of his suffering. In a police complaint, Subhash's brother Vikas Modi accused Nikita and her family of filing false cases and demanding exorbitant settlements. They described the legal system as skewed and partial, leaving men like Subhash vulnerable. In 2020, the Supreme Court of India had made a landmark decision in the Rajneesh versus Sneha case, introducing key guidelines to bringing uniformity and consistency in granting maintenance and alimony. While the Supreme Court acknowledged that a one-size-fits-all approach is impossible, it laid down essential factors to be considered when deciding maintenance. Income of both spouses. The financial standing of both parties is a critical determinant. Duration of marriage. Longer marriages may warrant higher alimony due to the contributions made by the dependent spouse. Needs of the child. Courts prioritize the welfare and living expenses of any children involved. Position and status. The lifestyle and social standing of both spouses are also taken into account. Liabilities and dependence of the husband. Reasonable expenses incurred by the husband or his dependents are factored into the calculation.
Suicide, not only against the wife but against her mother and relatives should be registered. They should be arrested. Also, the police of Jaunpur, these cases were registered in Jaunpur, Uttar Pradesh. The police, all those police officers who wrote these false cases, FIR should be registered against them for making a false case, because the wife has accepted that her father was not murdered but died of heart attack. So a person dying of heart attack and police writing murder clearly shows that this is a travesty of justice. It is a gross misuse of law. Blackmailing married people, that you force them to commit suicide, is very deplorable, very shameful. My heart goes out to the mother who has lost her son, and also for the 4-year-old boy who will not know his father just because his greedy mother had other plans for him.
I think it's a very, very serious matter, and being a criminal lawyer for now over 3 decades, I have seen how 498A has been misused by our own people, legal fraternity, the police machinery, the disgruntled ladies, those who have filed all these cases. I've seen it from my own eyes from the last three decades. But this incident has actually triggered the controversy and has brought the issue before everybody in the country. I think this issue now should be taken very, very seriously because 498A misuse should be curbed because it has an impact on the social fabric of our society. There are false allegations which are not only filed against the husband. The word used is relative. So even against the father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-laws, the jijas of the family, they are also implicated in these kind of cases. And most of them are false. I'm not saying genuine cases are not there. There are genuine cases which should be looked into. But majority of them which we see are filed for the purposes of, persuading the husband to settle the matter, give some money. Every day in Delhi High Court, in majority of the single judges, at 2 o'clock, 2:30, we have cases which are settled among husband and wife every day. So there are hundreds of them. Why they are being settled? Because the money is being paid. So this has become a tool for extorting money. And unfortunately, I have not seen even a single case where misuse has happened and police has taken action against the lady. Not even one. We have a provision in IPC that you file a false complaint, you tell a cop to investigate, arrest someone, then action is taken against them. Not even a single case we see where action is taken. No preliminary inquiries are being conducted. Police officials become part of this entire system. They facilitate settlement, take the complaints, matter is settled, money is paid, and then cases are closed. So I think we need to take very, very serious steps. One suggestion I have is that make 498 available. Number one. Number two, make it gender neutral. That if wife has harassed the husband should also have a right to file a complaint. And number three is, mediation. Mediation should happen in all the cases. That means before you register a case, you make both the parties sit down. It should become mandatory. That don't register the case just like that. And many cases in Delhi, of course, they are not registered. Outside Delhi, go to UP, within a jiffy, within a short period of time, case is registered, husband is arrested. So this should be done. And accountability. File a false case. If it is false, then take action against them.
Under sections 24 and 25 of the Hindu Marriage Act, even a husband can claim maintenance. If a husband can demonstrate that his income is insufficient for his support during divorce proceedings, he can be awarded maintenance. Similarly, permanent or one-time alimony can be granted to a deserving husband upon finalizing the divorce. When it comes to custody, the guiding principle is best interest of the child. Courts consider that the parent's ability to care for the child and the child's mental and physical needs. Maintenance for the children includes essential expenses like food, clothing, residence, medical needs, and education. The Supreme Court has emphasized that while fathers generally bear education costs, these may be shared proportionately if the mother earns sufficiently. But many men's rights lawyers and activists say that while the basic rules are in place, it's easier for women to exploit the law to their own advantage.